Now with all these furniture pieces nicely distributed, doing a rendering, the space still needs a little bit more spatial subdivision. How can we do this? Okay, so let's do a quick exercise. I will hide this building, go to the top view. I will do something on the outside. So here is, for example, this, these two garden pieces. There we are. Okay, so Shift D, bring this over. Okay, Shift D and escape. RZ 180 along X, move this up, hold now, and I need to get the correct snapping. There we are. Very good. A little bit closer. Okay. And this should snap onto the ground. Flop. So now I would like there to be kind of like a nice, let's say, garden house around it. So Shift A, there's my plane. This plane we snap onto the ground. Then now we can turn this back off. Top view in edit mode, S, and scale this one up. Yeah, kind of like this. Okay. In edit mode, E and Z. How high do we go? We moved this one up 55 inches. So what about 9 feet? Maybe a little bit too much. Let's say 8 feet. 7 feet. Z and wireframe. Yeah, let's go with 6 feet. Okay, good. Yeah. And then we will go and Control R. Actually, hold on. I select these two edges and then right click and say Subdivide. And then this, I move up. Ta-da! Look at this. There's our nice, cute house. Okay, very good. So what we do now, we want to make sure in object mode there's no scale factor. In case there's one, we say apply. And then, yeah, we know we can use the wireframe command. Maybe 2 inches wireframe, including this. Yeah, look at that. There's our nice spatial piece. We could, if we want, add more elements to it by going into edit mode, and then I select these edges and say subdivide, select these edges and subdivide in object mode. There you know what we have. If I would like to connect this, I could select these 2 points and J slice in. Yeah, but maybe this is better. Very good. Oh, we can play around. GZ brings actually down. Kind of be silly. Bring it right in front of them. Okay, let's bring this back up. You see how easy it is really to develop something like this. Okay, so let's see, how does something like this maybe work inside a space? So I will create a cube. The cube, I say it's 80 by 80 by 80 inches. We would like to apply the scale. Go up, go down, snap here to this ground piece. Very good. You and you, you're really tight to there. Oh, go to there. Oh, by the way, take a look at this object. Yep. I will redo the modifier mirror along this one. No, this is x-axis. So x-axis over the center point. What about y? Whoop. You see? Cool. Okay, so this one we bring to there. Z and wireframe, top view. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, let's go into edit mode and then see if we give this a wireframe, turn this result on. So you see how we can see the end result. 2 inches. The bottom is actually kind of like, how could I say that? This bottom plate needs to go up, GZ, so it looks like it's, yeah, really creating this mesh sitting on the ground. Yeah, it's actually already an interesting space just via cube. This creates just a spatial subdivision. What about we do a small platform? Now we set 80, 80, 81, so here another cube. And 80, 80 by 12. 12 maybe a lot, 10 inches. So, zip, there. Move up, move down. Then I can select all this, GZ up, GZ down, snapping, same commands all the time. Okay, now I have a small platform. Maybe 10 is too much, so I select the top face, GZ minus 5, 5 inches down. GZ minus 5. Sure. Okay. Now that's interesting too. Okay. So the cube, we have the wireframe. Now we know the wireframe. Now we can maybe do one version. Shift D, bring this over to there. Up and down. We are snapping. Edit mode. I will select the top face. GZ, bring this down. GZ up. Kind of like to there. Okay, and then maybe here this front face I delete. Wait, what happened? Hold on. That's interesting. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I removed the face, but the top and bottom face is still there. I need to delete these two. Then, as you can see, I only get kind of like this frame that goes around. Control R. 2 times, so moving the mouse wheel and escape. Control R, mouse wheel, click and escape. Control R, mouse wheel, 1 time, click and escape. There. Now I have something like this. Yeah, can have more fun. So maybe turn this off for the moment. You see here, I could say this E and Z up, E and Z up. And I try to do the same stepping. Now look at that. Flop. Beautiful. Kind of cool, no? Yeah. And we can even, with the wireframe, that's the nice thing, be very going to different directions too. Okay, talking about different directions. In the part 2 modeling video, now we talked about how can we create a nice enclosed wall. Let's do this one more time. So I will create a plane. There it is. This plane we set 80 to 80. Okay. That's not enough. Maybe, no, actually 90 by 90. Yeah. Okay, so that's enough space to walk around. Move up, snap, there we are. Edit mode, E and Z up a little bit. There we are. Then this face we delete and this face we delete. Then we give this a solidify modifier, 5 inches material thickness. That's actually a lot. Well, there's an object scale running there. Now this is back. Perfect. We can shoot this out to the outside. Now I would like to have also ability to walk in. First, we can make this maybe 30. Going to edit mode, Control R, click and escape. Or by the way, you can Control R, click and then right click. Let me show this again. Control R, click, left mouse button, no? Right click is like escape. And then Control B does the fillet. So 15, 30 inch wide. Click, click, and delete. There. It's actually not too bad either. Okay. Shift D, maybe go to here. Then we can turn this up to Let's say 90. Okay. And we have like maybe a 10-inch top piece. So edit mode, Control R, click and go up. Okay, never mind about this artifact that's happening there. And then GZ -10 down. And then U and U. Here, check this out. We fill. Plop. There's that. Also interesting would be, okay, so Control R, we bring this over, and then X 10. Yeah. Control R, go to the end, GX -10. Control R down here, down, GZ 30. And then I will select, yeah, all these faces here and say, good night. Look at that. Oh, it's a kind of silly walkway to go through. Oh, why not? It's kind of like a door. That's why I mentioned Lookout Dockville. It's a really interesting set design because there are no houses. It's all imaginary. It's really creative the way how they did this. So wireframe walls. These walls we have, and I also showed if we want to add to something like this, we can select the geometry, E and Y, E and X, even add more to it. You see that the result is kind of terrible. So if we go to complex, it fixes it. That's actually really nice how they solved this. You can even do pretty cool snake effects. And then we could say, oh, I think I'm using this one here. Shifty and shifty and shifty and shifty. And then, oh, they all should be the same. So maybe U, U, and U, and U, Control L, link object data, which means if I go into edit mode, bring this up, A, S, and Shift Z. See, I'm making this wider because I made these clones of this one. Anyway, okay, so last task. Maybe we use this Shifty, bring this one to there, select this one, Shifty, so I make a normal copy again. Oh, way too floaty. GZ down, there we are. Thank you. This one is 18. Oh, that's a little bit high. Say 16. Oh, or 14 because the other one here is 14 too. Okay, good. There we are. There. You go to there and then Shift D there. I don't know. I'm just making some random copies. And now I would like to have a snake wall to go through it. How do we do this? It's actually easy. Shift A, where's this rectangle there? Thank you. Go up, go down, snap. Very good. Edit mode. Then I will select this point, X and delete. No, this is a trick now. You see how I am with E extruding extra segments? You might want to make also these segments nice and evenly spaced. Then you get nice curves, nice flows. So A, E, Z, extrude this up a little bit. The next step, solidify, subdivision, I mean, 2. Okay, look at that, how round this gets. But you see these ends are kind of terrible. So edge select U and U. And then we go to this mean crease. Hold the Alt Option key, click and drag. Same there, click and drag. A, right click, shade smooth, where is it? Or spacebar, shade smooth. Very good. And then in object mode, we can add the solidify 5 inches, even thickness 0, Q, auto smooth. Now, Q because I added this to the quick favorite with right mouse button, click on this. And then in the top view, we can see, yeah, it was a great idea class, but it looks kind of terrible. And we can maybe play with this around more, make this nicer, not so super tight. If we add one more, this gets softer, better. This is too tight here. So A, B, select all this, stretch this out a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, maybe we put some interesting cavities here. Here, you go to there. Or we do it this way. Zoop, there. AAB, that's why working in the wireframe is so good. I'm all the time like a madman pressing AAB, etc. and tab to switch between edit mode, object mode, select everything, select nothing. Yeah, there we are, you see? So that's the way then how you can create also very fluid walls. If we select this wall, in addition, you can also select these points if you want be even more crazy or creative. No, it's actually not too bad either. And keep the rest kind of like linear, or here we just go up. Yeah, cool. Okay, how does all this look when we now do a nice rendering? Let's show also the building here. Yeah, obviously this wall is kind of like in my view. Shift D, go to there. Let's take a look. Control 0. Yeah, there you start noticing how this actually all gets a good impression. And you start seeing zones, areas. It's not just so empty spaces, boring rooms. There's really a lot we can do with this. Anything else maybe to show? Maybe a last tip. Again, think not complex, think smart. Shapes very often in design repeat. You see this piece here? This we can also take Shift D. We'll bring this over to floating there. Move this down, move this over. And yeah, S, scale this up. So 85, good. Yeah, there we are. We want to give this a material, apply this, thank you. Then I bring this to here. I have these here, shift D there, R90 there. So then you here, obviously, now we can make this rounding bigger. So maybe 10 inches, material thickness, maybe 5 inches. So it looks like something, yeah, look at that. It looks already pretty exhibit modern wise now. So the wall does not have to go horizontal, vertical around. It can also be horizontal. And that same thing we just designed, we can also create and say, okay, Well, we continue the same form language and create kind of like some interesting zones. One here, Shift D, RZ 180, one there. Shift D, hey, you go in there. Now this is maybe a little bit too tight. R and 90. Turn this off. U2 RZ 180. Okay. Well, maybe there's a a study room now. Maybe shouldn't be so high. Sure. Okay. Maybe these edge points can go down. Look at that. Maybe these two. Oh, interesting. Okay, very good. I hope you start noticing basic shapes. It's just really push and pull these points, have a little bit of fun with the modifiers, the wireframe, etc., or the Solidify and the subdivision modifier. But same tools we use for the chair or furniture, we can apply then for the walls, etc. One last funny check. Sometimes I find working and doing renderings this way, in general, as a tip, kind of funny because you create chaos. Sometimes chaos results into much cooler compositions than trying to really do refined, cool work. Sometimes this chaos is useless, but sometimes this can also look pretty cool, like this already. And now I have this idea or possibility of what type of lighting can I envision in this. Now we do this in a different video. Good night.